What if I told you that most people are failing at manifestation, not because they're doing it wrong, but because they're trying too hard? You've probably tried every single technique out there, the affirmations, the scripting, vision boards, subliminals, but nothing is really changing. You might even feel like you are the problem, like something inside of you is blocking your manifestations. But what if the real issue isn't your mindset, your belief systems, or even your subconscious programming? What if the missing piece has nothing to do with repeating affirmations and everything to do with how safe your nervous system feels receiving what you are asking for? Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nina Elise, and I'm an embodiment and growth mentor, and I help driven women reconnect with themselves, clear what's in the way, and build deeply fulfilling lives rooted in authenticity and alignment. I have spent years studying manifestation, not just the woo-woo side, but the actual science, the subconscious programming, and the nervous system's role in manifestation. I have tested every method, every hack, and I have personally struggled hard with why things weren't shifting for me until I figured out what I'm going to share with you today. If that resonates, make sure that you hit subscribe so you don't miss future videos designed to help you intentionally create a life that you love and deserve. Now, let's dive in. Like many of you, I learned about The Secret in my 20s. I was absolutely hooked. It made me feel like I had unlocked some magical ability to control my life. But when I actually tried to manifest things, nothing ever really worked. So I went deep into personal development. I worked with plant medicines. I studied quantum physics. I did deep meditation for over 10 years. But I kept running into the same issue. Why did I keep falling back into old patterns? Why was my external reality not shifting, even though I was doing everything right? And that is when I realized that manifestation isn't just about forcing a new reality. It's about feeling safe enough to receive it. So why do most people fail at manifesting? The first problem is you are gaslighting yourself. Manifestation culture teaches us to ignore or override our negative emotions. And we're told to just stay positive, but that leads to suppressing emotions, which actually creates more resistance. So if you've been doing affirmations all day and nothing's changing, this might be why. And the best way to stop gaslighting yourself is to stop trying to be happy all of the time, because we're humans and we're going to have emotions. And also stop giving meaning to every single thought, emotion, or event that comes up in your life. It's simply about becoming the observer of it all and then consciously choosing thoughts in alignment with what makes you feel good and assigning a meaning to it that makes you feel good and is in alignment with your manifestations. So an example of this would be something happens in your external 3D that doesn't align with your manifestation. So you might get triggered and then get upset with yourself and think your affirmations and manifestation rituals are not working. And the actual truth is, what is happening outside of you is old news. It is old thoughts and beliefs that are still catching up. And you don't have to give meaning to any of it. So yes, feel the sting of it. Don't avoid what is coming up, but don't continue to validate it by continuously thinking about it and giving it a negative meaning. The only thing that exists in this moment, when you realize nothing exists until you validate it, you will understand that you get to start over fresh every single second of every single day. So forgive yourself, let it go, be kind to yourself, and choose again. The second problem is your nervous system is in a constant state of fight or flight. So if your body doesn't feel safe receiving more money, love, or success, it will subconsciously sabotage you. So for example, you start to manifest more money and then you suddenly get hit with unexpected expenses. And this isn't just bad luck. This is your nervous system matching what feels familiar, which might be struggle or scarcity or survival, which is something that you learned as a child and you have literally held it within your physical body. So when something like this happens, you can observe what is coming up and you can use simple breath work to calm yourself down in that moment. And then you can reframe the situation. So you aren't changing it, but you are giving it a different meaning. So instead of saying this always happens, sit with the feelings coming up and tell yourself, I can handle this. And my capacity to hold more money is getting better and better every single day. This event is actually helping me to expand my nervous system and awareness to hold more in the long run. And the third problem is this: you're looking at external reality for proof before believing. And it's actually the other way around. So if you need to see proof before believing in your manifestation, you are operating from the old paradigm of cause and effect. True manifestation works the opposite way. You decide what is real for you, and reality shifts to match it, because everything is always created in our inner world or our imagination first. And this might seem really weird and trippy because it's the opposite of what we have been taught. So remember to give yourself grace as you are learning a new way of being and operating in the world. So to give you an example, instead of looking at what is happening around you and giving meaning to it, you can tune it out and go inward and ask yourself, what is the ideal outcome, and start to feel and experience that inside. And then you decide that is the story that you are sticking to, because you are giving meaning to it in your internal world and not giving meaning to what is being shown to you in the external world. So now that you know the top reasons why many people fail at consciously manifesting, here are solutions that can make your manifestation journey a lot more easy over time. The first step is to regulate your nervous system. So manifestation isn't just a thought process. It is an embodiment process. You have to feel safe in your body before you can receive what you are asking for, because our body can only hold so much. Our nervous systems can only handle so much. And that means being able to observe your reality without getting triggered or reacting negatively to it in some way that goes against what you truly want, and keeping yourself in a regulated state in your mind and your body. So some ways that you can regulate your nervous system are somatic breath work. So somatic breath work really helps to process and release stored emotions in your body, and it naturally rewires your response to stress using specific breathing patterns. If you want to learn more about somatic breath work, I will share a link with info in the description and on another video that I did specifically on somatic breath work. Other somatic practices that help with this are yoga, movement, and EFT tapping. So these practices really help release tension from the body by helping you to actually be in your body, helping you feel more safe in that expansion that you are seeking. And so often we distract ourselves with different manifestation techniques, TV shows, our phones, and it creates this huge disconnection from our bodies. And somatic practices are what help you ground into and reconnect with your body. And this might feel uncomfortable at first if you are not used to it, and you might have some sort of emotional response, but it is so key to helping you feel safe to receive. And I've got some really powerful, gentle yoga classes here on YouTube that will help you reconnect with your body. And I will link them on this video for you to try and leave them in the description as well. And the last and most impactful way to regulate your nervous system is by sitting with triggers instead of avoiding them. So instead of positive thinking your way out, you can start to ask yourself, why does this trigger me? What meaning am I giving this? How is this keeping me safe? And it starts to bring light to what may be blocking you and whether it's actually serving you or not. This self-awareness is what helps you shift and choose a new way to act and to be. Step 2 is to play with delusional manifestation without resistance. So stop trying to fix your current reality. You cannot change it. Instead, you can decide what's real for you now which allows you to effortlessly shift to a different reality. And it's all by what you validate and what you give meaning to. So every time an old pattern shows up, remind yourself, I no longer validate this as my truth. And this is not ignoring reality. It is shifting the meaning that you give it. And step 3, focus on your identity first, then your manifestation. So instead of manifesting a successful business, ask, who is the version of me who naturally has a successful business? What actions are they taking? How do they treat others? How do they respond to things that don't go their way? Then start being that person as much as you can. And if you don't know the answer to this, then I recommend finding a few people who embody the traits that you look up to, not necessarily their lifestyle. And I want you to study them, listen to their podcasts, watch videos of them talking. Who are they being? How are they speaking about themselves and other people? And learn from them, then imitate until you are the embodied version. So instead of manifesting a soulmate, you can ask yourself, who am I when I'm in a secure, loving relationship? So how you speak and how you treat yourself, is this how you would treat your partner and how you would want them to treat you? So start with your relationship with yourself first, and your soulmate will arrive in perfect timing. Always, always, always shift your identity first and reality will follow. And I recommend reading the book called The Art of Acting by Stella Adler. This will give you a huge advantage when it comes to being and shifting into a new identity. So to wrap this all up, you can absolutely do this on your own. Explore all the nervous system regulation techniques, play with delusional manifestation, and shift your identity. We all have the ability to do this. But if you are struggling to implement, or if self-doubt keeps creeping in, and if you know that you are meant for more, but you just can't seem to make the leap or feel stuck, that is where mentorship comes in. This is exactly what I help my private clients with in my one-on-one mentorship. I help you identify and remove the blocks in your subconscious and your nervous system that are keeping you from manifesting the life that you are meant for. So if you are ready to go deeper, you can check out the link in the description below and right here on the video. Now, I want to hear from you. What has helped you the most in your manifestation journey? Drop it in the comments below. If you loved this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. It means so much to me that you are here. And my biggest wish for you is that you manifest the most aligned, fulfilled life possible, because you deserve it. Also, don't forget to check out my last 2 videos for more on mindset, energy, and manifestation. I will link them in the description and right here on the screen. I will see you all in the next one.